Terminator has been terminated. They won't be back. Okay, I'm done with the arm screen. My name is Micah Curtis.
I'm Alex Baldwin, and you're terminated, fucker.
Welcome to Micah and The Hatman Live. Man, let's get started.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start with my pick of the week. I was actually paid to play this by Talon Silverbane. And so my pick is The Outer Worlds. It's okay. Generally,
just okay?
It's okay. I wasn't really wowed by it. I didn't think that the writing was that good, which is like Obsidian's strength usually, but ever since Chris Avellone has left, like they've been kind of going nowhere with it. It's a beautiful looking game. It ran shockingly smooth on my PC. The art aesthetic is very Bioshocky. You know, it's kind of got that old sort of 50s sci-fi Flash Gordon kind of feel. How do I put this? I think the part of the main reason I disliked it was how cynical it was. And it's kind of smarmy in its writing. You know, and that's something that I'm not a fan of. I don't like smarmy humor. You know, it really is kind of just there for me, and it reeks of the whole finesse sort of attitude that I hate so much. It is. Let me put it this way. The gameplay is good. The gameplay is good. There's a lot of places to explore. There's a lot of different enemies to fight. The weapon action and things like that is good. It's for a game that's a bit more complex in its mechanics than Fallout 4 was. It's still easy enough to follow along with and understand how to use it. The art design, again, is really, really good. Whoever the art designer is on this game, they deserve a raise. The environments were never that boring to look at, though some of the planets could use sprucing up, like different kinds of flora and fauna. In some areas, they run into the same problem that Mass Effect did, in that they're just all big rocks. You know, it's like, give me more trees, give me more grasses and things like that. Like, some of these planets were like that, others were just like dead rocks, and they just weren't. There wasn't anything that was like visually interesting about them, and excuse me. That is generally one of the biggest weaknesses of the game. I think it was G-Man Lives, who I don't watch very often. He put it best, I think. It's great at being good. Like, there's nothing that you can really, there's not a lot you can complain about with The Outer Worlds. If you want a first-person shooter RPG, you've got it. If you want, companions that do a lot in combat that you have good control over, you got it. Holy shit. Serena says, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. I have a very bad feeling about this.
I want you to read Gabby Rivera's new series, PP Free. The first issue is out. Please. I want you to do what you did with the America Chavez series and do a mini review segment. That's how I discovered your channel and one of the reasons I've subscribed. I'ma die. And I got another one from the Swordsman, says, for the things I love on Venom. I'ma die. I'ma die. I'm gonna die. I'm going to die. Alright, you guys got it. Let me add that to the list. Well, my list is like almost nothing at this point. Like, I still need to do the video on, whatchamacallit? Rise of the Shield Hero. Which, when it gets done, there will be a parody segment, like there was with the Dragon Maid video. A lot of people really like that. That's sticking around. Like, I'm even gonna go further with it. Like, I'm gonna straight up do like a J. Jonah Jameson type thing. So, yeah, we'll do it. I'll read it, and likely there will be a video on the main channel that says why PP Free sucks Part 1. All right. So, thank you guys, by the way, for that. That actually does financially help me quite a bit, and I definitely need that. So yeah, thank you, and I will definitely put the work into that you guys want from me. Micah Micahson. Yes, I love it. I'm using that. Thank you. Okay. So, Tom the Fish asks, did you not like the anti-capitalism tone? It was more of an anti-corporatism tone than anything, but there was some of that anti-capitalism stuff I thought that was kind of lame. And that's kind of where the finesse comes from. Did I get one from Swordsman? I'm for Servant of God. I got the one from the last one. Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Act all mopey to trick Hatman for the... Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have read that. But he wants a full-on review of Death Stranding, too. Well, thank you, actually. I have it. I'm planning on playing it tonight. I'm actually, after the podcast, going to go and like get some cheap munchies from Kroger. And, yeah. But, no, that's some big help. Thank you, Chaos Sonic. Thank you. But, yeah, so that's on the list, too. And then I've still got the My Favorite Nightmares... with Von Klaus, who of Monster MD, he's joining me for that, and we're gonna do that one too. So that one I'm really looking forward to getting to edit. So anyway, let's kind of put the kibosh on the Outer Worlds here. It's good if you're looking for a competent RPG that's spacefaring, that has sort of a smarmy, like almost Joss Whedon-esque humor to it. Go for it. There's a touch of wokeness in it, but some of the characters that I thought were going to be overly woke started that way and then got easier to tolerate as time went on. My favorite one was the heavy gun carrying black woman who takes a swig out of her canteen before going fucking DACA at people. Not literally, but it's literally the more DACA button, and she just goes, "Oh!" I'm like, I like this chick. So. But no, it was I had fun with it, but not with the story. That's the thing. So, Hatman. Are you ready?
I suppose so.
Hatman, for us, has suffered something that I didn't even take the time to suffer, even though I am a massive Terminator fan. Hatman's pick of the week, Hatman's review is Terminator Dark Fate. Hatman, the floor is yours.
Yeah, about that. I didn't see Dark Fate. No, I didn't watch Dark Fate. You really think I'd fucking subject myself to that shit? No, I didn't watch Terminator. No, I watched Terminator 2.
You fucking asshole.
No.
Okay, so he duped me.
No, go back and check your DMs. I said Terminator 2. I totally said Terminator 2.
You dick. Anyway, fine. Give me a minute to change the freaking image. I've been told by my podcast partner.
I love how people are saying shame me. Shame me for what? I'm right.
I actually can't. Like, the shame's on me for that one.
Shaming for what? I'm fucking right. I went to see the good one. And I went to see, I mean, on the flight to Boston, it's instead of reveling in Beto dropping out, I watched Terminator 2 instead. So yeah, Terminator 2. Greatest action movie or great action movie?
I don't know about greatest because
It's definitely one of the best action sequels ever, if not one of the best sequels ever.
I would have to say, yeah, like of best sequels, it's definitely near the top.
Oh yeah.
I would say like for best action movie ever, we're neglecting Die Hard.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, Die Hard's great. And that one's next month. That one is next month. But yeah, Terminator 2, so fucking good. Like, I kind of hate now that it's become such a cultural phenomenon because the way the movie sets itself up, you think that Arnold Schwarzenegger and the T-800 are going to be like the Terminators out to kill John Connor. And then that one fucking scene where the T-1000 and the T-800 are staring each other fucking down, and then you hear Arnold go, "Get down."
Yeah, like that's
fucking. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I love that
and
fucking
that
part.
fucking shotgun. That was
Yes.
that was my favorite weapon in Modern Warfare 2 was that shotgun.
Yes. 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 Especially, I love it. Like, fucking Robert Patrick is supposed to be looking like fucking Kyle Reese there. You think, oh fuck, you know, and he's dressed as a cop too. That's great, you know. He's gonna be able to fucking get him. I love that. See, Ryan Johnson, take some fucking notes. That's how you subvert people's expectations in a good way.
Yeah.
You stupid fuck.
But no, like Arnold in this for me, like this was the movie that made me an Arnold fan when I was a kid.
Yes.
He's still one of my favorite actors, even though he's really not that great of an actor. Just the did they mod that gun so Arnie could do that reload flip? No, it's a lever action shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
You can do. I've held one before. You can do that. It's not easy. You have to train. You have to.
Yeah.
It's practice makes perfect. But yeah, you can flip it like that.
Yeah, because what's his name does it? John Wayne fucking does it in True Grit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, fucking.
But yeah, that shotgun off that like. In fact, I think you can use that same shotgun, but it's sawed off in The Lost and Damned, can't you? In GTA 4.
I think I don't know if it's a lever action though.
No, it's not a lever. It's a double barrel. Never mind.
Yeah.
But that was one of my favorite weapons from that. Like just because the same thing, just boof. You know, like it's so good. But I want one of those Winchesters. But anyway, but yeah, like this movie is. I watched it too, oddly enough. You know, like just
sweet.
Yeah, just to remember the good times. And man, yeah, this is one of the I think it's one of the best films of all time.
Like, it really is a good fucking movie.
Like the cinematography is hard to match, in my opinion. Like very hard to match. The usage of lighting, the kind of the gunmetal tones of the early part of the film, especially the mental hospital scene. Well, just even the tension in that scene. You know, Linda Hamilton, oddly enough, her acting in this is very underrated. The look on her face when she sees the Terminator is pure horror.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it is fantastic. And
just fucking resignation. Fuck. I love how she's basically become like a Kyle Reese, though.
Yeah.
Like the whole interrogation thing is just all back to Kyle Reese's interrogation.
Oh, we're losing Hatman. Appropriate, we're talking about Terminator, and Hatman goes robot. We lost him completely. Skynet got Hatman. Domo arigato, buddy. Domo arigato. Swordsman 100 sent me something. In between. Hold on a sec. Got the things. I got the things I love. Venom one. That's the only one I got. Was that the one, Swordsman? Because it came through. You'll have to let me know. Ugh. There he is. All right. Are you back, partner?
It
Well, he's sort of back. Chaos Sonic donates $5. Says Skynet wants to shame Hatman. Oh goodness. And Serena, yes, I did get your request for Wicked and Divine. I've been reading through it. I'm not finished with it yet. All right. Well, we will await Hatman's return. I'm going to try, and I think it's probably a Google thing. I'm going to shut off the Wi-Fi from my phone real quick, and hopefully that'll help too. But anyway, Hatman will try to rejoin us, but he'll be back. Needless to say, though, Terminator 2, all-time classic. One of the best movies ever. If you have never, ever seen this film, you honestly need to see the first two Terminator films. The first one is straight up a slasher movie, but it's probably the best slasher movie ever. And then from there, just, man, the second one is just so fucking good. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on while we wait for Hatman to return. Terminator is dead. And that's unfortunate. Because I love Terminator. I seriously do. But it has had probably one of the biggest box office losses of all time. Which sucks. And here's the thing. There's three steps to this for me. First, what I got hopeful on was that all the tie-ins in video games were actually pretty cool. The Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11 is awesome and probably my favorite character in the game. A lot of people are saying the exact same thing. He's probably one of those fun characters to play. Then, and Brainbox is in the chat. He can vouch for this. Like, the Terminator event for Gears 5 was fucking awesome too. Like, fighting Terminators in Horde mode was intense. Like, all it needed was the classic Terminator music to have been perfect. And not to mention, you can play as Sarah Connor in Terminator, in Gears 5 in multiplayer, and she's voiced by Linda Hamilton. Like, it's pretty fucking badass, And of course, if you're playing multiplayer and you're playing as the Locust, you can be the Terminator. You can be a T-800. Like, it's just fucking cool, Terminator is just a badass franchise, in my opinion. Even the third film, I think, has its moments, I thought the twist ending in 3 was actually kind of neat, but it had some pretty big weaknesses. Hatman is still trying to rejoin us, but he's not having much luck. Can you still play it? The Terminator event in Gears is over, but you can't fight the Terminator in Horde mode. But you can still use him, and you can still use Sarah Connor. What about Terminator Salvation? Better than I expected it to be when I first saw it, but it wasn't as good as it could have been, if that makes any sense. But this one, when it comes to Dark Fate, I have not seen it. I don't honestly plan on seeing it, but man, this is one of the worst returns on a franchise that I think that has ever existed. So, Terminator Dark Fate had a 150 some odd million budget for the film itself. That's not including marketing. And it had really everything you should have to be able to put a good movie together. You've got Tim Miller doing the directing. You have James Cameron as a producer. You have David Goyer, who wrote the Nolan trilogy, working on it. Like there's no real reason for this movie to suck ass, but it apparently did. And yeah, its opening weekend did only 25 million. Its box office to date is 135 million. And the total budget is 196 plus another 100 million in marketing. They are way short of where they need to be to make their money back with this. And I don't think they're going to do it. Now, the question there is, well, now what? What's going to happen to Terminator now? I'm calling it the franchise is dead. I think that really put the nail in the coffin. They already kind of had a misstep with Genesis. I thought Genesis was stupid, and that was kind of its biggest problem. And this one makes the same mistake. It's basically trying to kind of rewrite the timeline to remove John Connor from it. And I never really got that. Because in Genesis, they kill off John Connor and then send him back as the Terminator. And in this one, they go out of their way to get Edward Furlong to play the character again just to kill him off. Like, why do that? Like, why? What's the fucking point? And then instead of having John Connor be the chosen one, it's this little Mexican girl who has had no relevance to the story up until right now. I don't get that. I don't think it's good writing. It's obviously political. The reason why John was killed because Tim Miller thought John was pathetic. If I was Hatman, I would say fuck him. Well, and that's the thing. It's like, how is John... Like, you see John in Salvation, he's far from pathetic. And the whole point is that someday he will become a great military leader. Someday. Meaning it's going to take time. What the fuck, Tim? Why are you not a smart person? Please stop being stupid. For all of our sakes. So, out of nowhere, it's like, it does so many things stupid. It cheapens the sacrifice of the Terminator in T2. It cheapens, really everything. When it comes right down to it. It cheapens Kyle Reese's sacrifice. Like, it makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. And it's not a justified move outside of anything political. It really just isn't. So, I don't understand it at all. And I don't think I ever will. But either way, Terminator's dead. There's nothing that's going to bring it back at this point. This is one of the biggest failures that I think I've ever seen. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, it's pathetic. I think that's really all I have to say about it. Hatman's internet took a dump, so I'm going to try to just kind of solo the rest of this. So, this will be interesting. So let's move on to the next topic. Shit. I know nothing about Pokemon. So what was... Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh, now I remember. Okay, so Pokemon. Are you back?
I think I may be. I think I may be. There was this dude that sort of came in there and said, "Come with me if you want to get online."
Well, it's a good thing you came because now we're talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh boy. Okay, so everybody in the chat, y'all know how much of a Pokemon fan I am, right? I am sincerely considering, like, I'm about 90% sure I'm not gonna fucking pick up this goddamn game. So remember how there was that drama about the Pokedex not being complete, as
Yeah.
in like they would cut some of the Pokemon in the game.
Yeah, I remember that being mentioned.
They cut about 60+% of Pokemon from the game.
Jiminy Christmas.
To put this in terms that you can understand, no Blastoise.
What?
Of all the OG starters, actually, of all the starters from the previous gens, only the Charmander line got in.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
Fan favorite Pokemon like Dragonite, gone.
What?
You know what did get in? The fucking ice cream cone.
What?
I'm not fucking joking. I'm not fucking joking. Yeah, not even Thanos was this cruel. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Yeah, Dragonite's gone. Fucking all the legendaries are gone except for your cover legendaries, and then one more that looks like the fucking nervous system of a fucking whale. All the legendaries but Mew gone. Mew is only rumored to be in it right now. But like you can't even transfer all the Pokemon that you got in Let's Go. The worst part about it is the excuse for all of this shit was, we actually would have to do a lot of work putting all the Pokemon in the game, when turns out they had future-proofed all the fucking Pokemon models. All the previous models that they had made across Gen 6 and 7 were future-proofed, so they could be easily imported into new games, which is why the models that you saw in the Let's Go games on the Switch were the same ones used for Gen 6 and 7, and every single model that you have on Pokemon Go on your fucking smartphones are based on those models from Gen 6 and 7. So, yeah, only 54 Pokemon from Gen 1 are coming back. I think it's like 33% of Gen 1 Pokemon made it in, 32% of Gen 2 Pokemon made it in, 30% of Gen 3 Pokemon made it in. Something like half of the fucking Gen 5 Pokemon made it in. You want to know why? Because those Pokemon were designed by the guy who is now the art director for this generation. So he fucking gets a say and gets to put them in. Also, he's the guy who designed the fucking ice cream cone. Fuck that motherfucker. This is bullshit. Japan is also pissed because they weren't told up front what Pokemon would be cut. So now they're fucking revolting and saying that we're not going to buy this fucking game. So Game Freak is fucked. On top of that, once again, very little post-game, like an hour or two post-game, and all we get is a fucking battle tower, so no more Battle Frontier. Just totally fucking gone.
Yeah, Chaos Sonic donated $1, says to Hatman, well, the reason why John was killed was because Tim Miller says John was pathetic. I recommend the fuck him button on him. Well,
fuck him.
Yeah. Let's for that and for this bullshit too.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Like, this is so fucking... I'm going to just say this. Charizard, in comparison to Blastoise, is a bitch.
Damn straight. Blastoise Master Race.
Exactly.
Blastoise Master fucking Race. So, Chris Jones says in the chat, the point of the new Pokemon games is to use the new Pokemon. Yeah. Gen 5 did it right. You did not see any old Pokemon, as in Pokemon from outside of that generation, until the post-game. So you had to use all new shit, which I thought is fine. But you still had access to all of the old stuff after you beat the main story. Perfectly fucking reasonable. As far as I'm concerned, totally reasonable. They could have done that with this, but no. No, they didn't. Because apparently this region has a horrible, horrible fucking border wall. It's fucking terrible. Somebody pointed it out on Reddit. You're paying $60 for 400 Pokemon, and like what was it? Like 12 hours of fucking gameplay. Whereas last gen you paid $40 for 800 plus Pokemon and like 20 some hours of gameplay. Oops.
Another thing to mention.
Fucking oops. Oh, by the way.
Aren't like some of the other starters from other games not in this too?
Literally every starter except for the Charmander line. I'm talking about the fire, water, grass starters. Literally every single one of them, except for the Charmander line and the new starters for this generation, did not make it in.
So I can't even bring back Swamp Thing.
No, you can't. So
can I even bring back Bog Water?
Bulbasaur line? I don't think so. I don't think Ludicolo's in it.
Oh my fucking god!
Squirtle line, Bulbasaur line, Totodile line, Cyndaquil line, Chikorita line, Mudkip, Torchic, Trico, Piplup, Chimchar, Turtwig, Oshawott, Tepig, Smugleaf. I'm not going to call him Snivy. He's Smugleaf, goddammit. I don't even remember the fucking Gen 6 starters. Yeah, they cut in front of... They cut so much shit. They cut so many fan favorites, too. Like Metagross, if you remember Metagross, he's fucking gone. Yeah, Pikachu is in it. You know who's in it? The fucking pile of garbage Pokemon. He gets a brand new form, by the way. He gets a Gigantamax form. So you can make him a massive fucking pile of garbage, which is inevitably going to become a meme that defines this fucking generation of Pokemon.
Dude, now here's the real question. Did Gyarados get in here over Blastoise?
That is a good question. I don't fucking know. Everyone confirmed to be missing. Let's see. Did Gyarados make it in? Gyarados is in.
What?
Gyarados is in.
That pathetic fucking overrated Pokemon is over my fucking Blastoise?
Scyther is not in.
No, hold on. No, we're going back to Gyarados. Gyarados sucks. Alright? Gyarados sucks. The only thing notable about Gyarados is that he could use fucking Hyper Beam. Well, guess what? So can Dragonite, and he's 10 times more effective. Are you fucking kidding me? Gyarados is a bitch. It's a giant overrated bitch. The fact that a 6-foot turtle can fuck up a Gyarados should say everything about that overrated giant fucking waste of time snake. It is one of the dumbest fucking Pokemon ever. Oh, it looks really cool. Look, it's a big fucking Chinese dragon that's best ability is fucking bite. I have a button.
Hold that fucking thought. Just hold on to that fucking thought. Name some of your favorite Pokemon. I'll tell you if they got in.
Blastoise is not there. Dragonite is not there. I do like Charizard, but in comparison to Blastoise, he's a bitch. But Ivysaur's not in. Or
no,
Venusaur's not in there.
The Bulbasaur line is not in it. Nope, Bulbasaur line's not in it.
Like Sandslash?
Nope.
Motherfucker! Really?
Seriously. Aerodactyl's not in it. Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, nope. Tauros, nope. None of the fossil Pokemon are in it.
None?
None.
And you said Mewtwo's out.
Yep, Mewtwo's out.
What about Alakazam?
Nope, he's out too.
Hypno?
Out. Bongwater got in though.
Not enough Exterminatus on this fucking game.
We have arrived, and it is now that we fulfill our charge. In fealty to the Lord our God, and by the grace of his throne, I declare Exterminatus upon whatever scumbag we're declaring Exterminatus on today. I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire wherever, and consign 1,000,000 souls, maybe, to oblivion. May Imperial Justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
Deus vos, Deus vos, Deus vos, Deus vos, Deus vos.
I might be a boomer, but fuck. Like, seriously.
Oh no. What's even worse? Remember how I said like half of the Gen 5 Pokemon got in?
Yeah.
Some of the coolest fucking designs, like Zoroark, the dark fox, and Crocodile, the fucking dark sand alligator, didn't fucking get in.
What about Ninetales?
Ninetales is out. No, Ninetales is in.
Oh.
Ninetales is in.
Man.
Ninetales is in. No, we get the fucking the gear that becomes more gears got in. The fucking garbage got in. The ice cream cone got in.
Man, the art director for this game is a fucking asshole.
At least the eagle got in. Murica got in. But then again, if Murica could not get into the fucking British game, there'd be an Operation 1776.
Yeah, let's move on, because this is depressing.
Yeah, this is.
And it's even more depressing. Okay, so YouTube sucks. This is known. So this was brought to attention by Markiplier, which this video is sitting at like 3 million views now. Which, by the way, Mark has a huge fucking base these days. I knew of him. He was a friend of Joe's back when I was working at Blistered Thumbs. Never got to talk to him, though. They are banning people for spamming emotes in chats. Like wrecking their fucking Google accounts and locking them and not letting you have them back. So we just wanted to touch on this very briefly. Just for you guys, like, this is why we said don't be careful of spamming the chat with things.
Yeah.
Because they are...
Let's clarify something, too.
Yeah.
This is your entire Google account. This is not your YouTube account. So that means your fucking Gmail, your Google Drive, all of that shit. You lose it.
I find it funny that now... And we'll move on to the Q&A. This just needs to put this into perspective for folks. YouTube make this big tough about, like, they were going to start, like, bringing the hammer down on people who promote blatantly racist content and Holocaust denial and shit like that. It's like, dude, more people have lost their accounts now for spamming in a chat than for denying the fucking Holocaust. Holy shit, YouTube. You guys suck. Also, that's part of the reason as to, like, another thing of why I'm saying every single video of mine you watch, like and comment. The more engagement, the more views we get, the more people who subscribe to the channel will start seeing my notifications. That's another thing that's a big problem is like if there's no engagement or people get like don't comment anymore, people like less people are able to even see the videos being uploaded. It's ridiculous. Like it's a system that is biased towards giant channels. You know, like they don't care about the little guy anymore. So with the little guys, we need your help, seriously. So yeah, I just think that this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. They have no idea what they're doing with their platform. And, you know, they need to get their shit straight. They really need to. This is fucking stupid. All right. Let's move on to the Q&A. So we had a couple of different questions. One from Austin Hatt said, with many movies bombing, do you think we're seeing the end of Hollywood, or are they too big and too ingrained in society to fail? This is definitely nowhere close to the end of Hollywood. Yeah. No, just some franchises are eventually going to die because either mistakes will be made or there's just no interest in them anymore. So that is the answer to that. Punished Alistair asks, what are some upcoming video games we're looking forward to? For him personally, he's looking forward to Fallen Order and Doom Eternal. I'm looking forward to both of those.
Yep, Doom Eternal is basically the one that's big on my list.
I'm trying to think of what else is coming out in 2020.
I guess Halo Infinite also.
There hasn't... Well, I'm really looking forward to Masquerade Bloodlines 2 and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Let's see what else is coming out. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. The next System Shock game is supposed to come out next year, so that'll be good. Just kind of looking through here. I'm interested in how Last of Us Part 2 is going to turn out. Cyberpunk is another one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Cyberpunk.
I was interested in Marvel's Avengers until they said the actual protagonist is Kamala fucking Khan. Now I'm not buying it. It's like you guys picked the most boring character in Marvel to be the protagonist of this. Go fuck yourselves.
They could have picked fucking Miles Morales or Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But they chose Kamala Khan instead. The fucking fanfic writer.
Yeah. Pathetic, in the words of Geese Howard. I think that's just kind of about it for me. Oh, right. Ghost of Tsushima comes out next year, too. That'll be good.
That's right.
Yeah, Elden Ring is another one. What else we got? I'm just kind of scrolling through lists here. I think it's about it for me. But yeah, those would be my picks. Let's see here. Terry Bogard in Smash today. Terry's been in Smash for like a few days now, and he's awesome.
Yeah, I still need to get all the DLC. I'm gonna just have to buy the Fighter's Pass at this point.
Yeah. I've been purposefully losing, like, because I'm still trying to get all the fighters in Classic mode. I've been purposely losing the fights where I'm supposed to, like, fight the new guy just to fight them with Terry and get them easier. Terry is ridiculously overpowered.
Oh,
and that's kind of the fun.
Oh, God. So he's going to be the new fucking Bayonetta, huh?
Yeah, he's fucking busted, and it's great. Because he should be, because SNK characters are ridiculous. And that's the fun.
Yeah, fucking Mai Shiranui isn't getting in.
Well, that's understandable. Like, they didn't want to censor her, and they didn't want to increase the rating of the game.
Yeah.
So.
Big old titties.
Well, it's not so much that as it is their showing. I actually explained to somebody, like, I got into an argument with somebody about the whole, like, well, Bayonetta's in it. Like, yeah, and they censored Bayonetta. Like, there are points in the Bayonetta games that I've seen where, like, her spells make her completely stark fucking naked.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
I mean, they even cut down Samus's bust size, too.
Yeah. The, not to mention, another thing to mention on top of that is the build has a lot to do with it too. Bayonetta is not that curvy. She's got an athletic build. You know, she's not like overly busty. She has a shapely hind end, but she doesn't have a big butt. Not like Mai does. Mai is built like a fucking porn star. But that's by design. You know, she's supposed to have a giant bust. She's supposed to have wide hips. You know, and she shows it off because as part of her the kunoichi fighting style in the SNK universe, part of it is literally she is trying to distract you with her breasts. That is literally the gimmick. So, censoring her would just be stupid. If she's wearing a fucking rash guard over over the old girls, then you're just not going to notice it, you know? And then she's actually going to be at a disadvantage. So, yeah, Sakurai loves KOF so much he wasn't going to do that to them. And I appreciate that.
I was so impressed that the game he recommended for beginners was 95. I'm like, holy fuck.
95 is a good one. I think 94 was better.
Is probably my favorite of all of
them. The best, in my opinion, is probably 98. 98 and 2002 are kind of like the two that are recommended the most. My favorite SNK game of all time, though, is Garo Mark of the Wolves. Garo was really good. The downside is there's only one Fatal Fury character in it, but it's supposed to be it's supposed to be a kind of sort of a next generation game. Because you have Kim Kafwan's sons in it. You have Andy and Mai's top student. He's a little ninja kid. Stuff like that. The villain is Geese's brother-in-law. It's hinted that Rock's mother is still alive. And to be honest, with Geese being so popular in Tekken 7 and Terry being so popular in Smash and Fexel, they can't not do another Garo game. I think they probably will do it. They'll probably call it Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves 2 or something like that. And I would put money on they resurrect Geese. Because for those who don't know, Geese is dead in that timeline. He's alive in the KOF timeline. So. Okay. Thoughts on... Swordsman 100 asks, thoughts on Sakurai's Terry Smash presentation. Also, do I need to power geyser you off a tower now? Good luck with that. No, I thought it was a good presentation. Mm-hmm. You know, you could tell how much he loved the character. So that was really cool.
I love the subtle dig at at fucking Game Freak too, or at least it looked to be the subtle dig about, you know, we know that there's a lot of characters out there and there's a lot of characters in the game, but we're taking time to make sure that people are happy with them.
Yes.
Oops.
What else we got?
Cooking stream. You ever thought of doing a cooking stream?
I thought about it, and then I decided not to because my kitchen's always a mess. So.
I kind of figured the sound would be hard to get right.
Yeah, like it's
in a cooking stream.
My kitchen has a very high ceiling, and it echoes a lot in there.
Yeah.
So I would basically have to move my mic from right here at this computer and the power source into the kitchen, and then hook it all up to my laptop. And I just don't want to do that. Though tonight I am planning on making homemade chicken noodle soup.
Very nice.
Harbo Entertainment wants to know how eagerly are we looking forward to the Mandalorian Obi-Wan series? I'm kind of indifferent about them. I'm kind of indifferent to Star Wars in general right now.
I want the Obi-Wan series more than anything else right now.
Well, that's right. They are bringing back Ewan McGregor, aren't they?
Yeah, if only because of that reason.
Yeah.
And he has been so enthusiastic about it. Like there was a recent interview where he's like, I'm so glad I can talk about it now because I've had to bite my tongue and lie to people for the last 3 years. Mm. You know, he's been all over trying to have one made. So that tells me good things.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to be a labor of love.
Yeah, because and this is something like even with my like criticisms of the prequels, I still applaud Ewan McGregor's performance in them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was really good.
even if he did pull the toxic masculinity thing for Birds of Prey, I don't care. He's a great Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he really is.
You can never take that from me.
Yeah. Daniel Parker wants to know, did we hear of any of the Star Wars spoilers? If they're true, I'm done with the franchise. Yeah,
Yes.
that's part of the reason I'm kind of ambivalent of watching the last movie.
Yeah. Apparently they're like recutting everything right now, but yeah, the alleged spoilers are not.
They're not good.
They're not good. No. Mm-mm.
They're just the fact of the matter is you can't recover from The Last Jedi at this point.
Yeah. It honestly, like, it just, I don't know what the hell that you can even do with Palpatine in the first place, because it's pretty much just like a big bad out of nowhere at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's Devil Ex Machina, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. So of course, any kind of ultimate defeat for him is going to be unsatisfying because he really hasn't been built up, and neither has the hero for that matter. I mean, fucking The Last Jedi fucked that one up. And to answer somebody else's question about if Rian Johnson didn't fuck up The Last Jedi and if they'd stuck to the plan, I think we'd be in a much better fucking spot.
Absolutely.
Rian Johnson just really, he didn't screw the pooch, he fucked the dog on that one.
Yeah, he really he's terrible, honestly.
Yeah.
He's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Let's see here. How would you end Spider-Man?
Why does everybody want us to end the series?
Because I'm a writer. So ending Spider-Man, I would never really end Spider-Man. He's one of those characters where I actually do support the idea of him at some point passing the mantle on.
Yeah.
But not to Miles. Because I don't really think Miles is that interesting.
Ben Reilly?
Ben's a clone, though. I always wanted there to be... I always liked Spider-Girl. Mayday Parker. I always thought that was the universe that made sense. The MC2. You know? Like, that made perfect sense. Like, Peter has a daughter, and at some point he gets hurt, and he decides to step away. You know, like, that makes sense. You know, it's the natural evolution of that character. But... but yeah, that's how I would do it. Chaos Sonic wants to know, for the Entertainment Podcast, thoughts on the rumor that there are now 3 versions of Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
I just heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're so desperate, but for their own cover for their own fuck ups. There's one thing you got to keep in mind. This is Kathleen Kennedy's job on the line. Like, the fact that I don't believe the toxic fans bullshit when it comes to Beinhoff and Weiss. I don't buy that for an instant. I think that's a fucking narrative that the media is spewing. The fact of the matter is that Star Wars is no longer stable money. Even if Beinhoff and Weiss did The Mandalorian Wars as a 3-part film series, it's not guaranteed money, even with as beloved as Knights of the Old Republic is. Because nobody has faith in the Star Wars franchise anymore. It's just nobody does. So to earn it back is going to be very, very difficult. And oddly enough, a good, competent director doing a Revan movie would be a good way to do it. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Serena donates another $3. Says, how do you start a comic series? Do you do 22 pages, or your number? Well, it depends on how you want to do it. Starting a universe is not easy. We've been kind of blessed with Englewood and its success. I mean, we're almost at 500 total backers. But it's not the biggest money-making campaign because... And this was a criticism that John Malin gave me. He's like, you could have bumped up the price a little bit and it would have made sense. But anyway... But then again, that's also why I'm encouraging people, buy the director's cut. But because that in my opinion is the best of all of them, is the director's cut. That with the digital. So if you haven't backed it yet, $20, you know. But anyway, as it stands, I went with 36 pages because it's like an issue and an issue 0, sort of, or kind of like an issue and an ash can. But instead of printing 2 books, I'm just doing 1. That, like, I think that, like, for an issue 1, I think that, like, 36 pages is a good starter. If you want to tell a longer story, do a graphic novel. So, that would be my recommendation. As for the other, like, minutia of it, depending on the role you're taking, be prepared to pay some money out of pocket for people to draw shit. Or people that are dedicated to the project that they're willing to wait until fulfillment to get paid. Mm-hmm. Or when the work is done, I should say. Because some artists are willing to do that. They'll be like, yeah, well, I'm making money other ways. I can wait.
Yeah.
All right, Waistcoats wants to know, if somebody forced you, or paid you, to write an idol anime, how would you do it? Oh, God. Do you really want me, to write an idol anime? Honest question. Because when I say that Englewood is the book that shows that I am a great writer, and that 3 Nights, 4 Days shows that I need therapy, I'm being dead serious. Hatman can kind of attest to that. 3 Nights is fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up. Okay, let me tell you how fucked up this is. Micah wanted to find an artist who's known for making, or at least had a history of making fucked up pieces.
Yup.
And then the book after that is arguably even more fucked up.
No, I would say 3 Nights is worse than Project Lazarus. It's The First Servant is going to be
the first
that's going to be
yeah.
really dark. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, 3 Nights is it appropriate to say that you could somehow hide the fucking Firefly family from Devil's Rejects in there and then be at home?
Yeah. It's very messed up.
That kind of fucked up.
There's an idol anime about death metal zombies. Yes, I know. Somebody paid me to watch it last year. And I did a brief review of it on the podcast. I don't even remember the name of it, though. I just remember being really fucking weirded out. I want to say that was Bobcat that made me do that. But anyway, so, like, with me, it's like, you're going to end up with Perfect Blue. Like, let's be honest here. But, that's the sort of thing I would do. Like, my biggest inspirations from the Japanese scene are Go Nagai and fucking, Kentaro Miura. Like, I watch violent as fuck anime. So for me, if I did that, like, you would be getting... It would probably be some sort of a psychological thriller. Like, it would be akin to, like, a Perfect Blue or something like that, but with more girls, That would be pretty crazy. Final question, because Chaos Sonic donated money for it. How would you both fix Star Wars? Rumor is one of the versions exists because Bob Iger got Lucas to try to fix it. Well, that's not exactly trusting it in the right hands either. Like, that's the last person I would call right now is Lucas. Who was it who directed Return of the Jedi? It wasn't Irvin Kershner. Irvin Kershner did Empire, and he passed away recently. Do you remember?
Yeah, Irvin Kershner died a few years back.
Yeah, like fairly recently. Yeah, but no, who directed Jedi?
That was he died a few years after Jedi came out.
That's right.
Richard Marquand.
Yeah, Richard Marquand.
However you pronounce it. Yeah.
There's Lucas is not the guy I would bring in. Like,
you know how I would fix fucking Star Wars? Everything Episode 7 onwards, non-fucking canon. I just do the Star Wars story movies. Don't do fucking episode 7. That was the big fucking issue I had as soon as Disney bought Lucasfilm and announced episode 7. I'm like, why the fuck do we need it? The saga was complete. We don't need episode 7.
Well, what really gets me is like they took some of the characters from the EU, Ben Solo being one of them, and completely changed them for some reason. Now, granted, if I remember correctly,
Jason Solo, basically.
Yeah, it's like
Jason Solo became Ben Solo.
Yeah, and it's a similar.
I guess Rey is Jaina.
Yeah, but the problem is it's like you fucked it all up. Like there was already something good there that you could have done with it, and and they got rid of everything, and like even like that, and that really just bothers me. And there's some elements of the EU that have returned. I mean, Thrawn is canon.
Yeah,
he's
Thrawn
in
fucking,
Rebels. He's
how
awesome
the
in
hell
Rebels
do you
too.
bring Thrawn back, but then say fuck Mara Jade?
I know, right? And Kyle Katarn.
She had one of the most interesting. They had some of the most interesting. Fuck. Never liked them. That was jumping the fucking shark.
Don't
I'll
worry
give
about
a
it.
the Empire. Jumping the.
I'm sorry, that's a good way to end it. Ryan Johnson, you pissed off my partner so much you killed my podcast, you fuck. Ugh. Anyway, well, it is what it is, folks. Thank you so much for watching this week. Thank you again to Chaos Sonic, to Serena, to who else donated? Swordsman as well, for all your donations and support. Servant of God as well. I'm going to go ahead and start playing Death Stranded again and work my way through it. And, yeah, for the Hatman, my name is Micah Curtis. Real quick, also, fuck, come on, dude. Before I go, if you have a question that we did not answer during the course of the podcast, please put it in the chat right now and let Brainbox know so we can get them for the overflow. We're going to go ahead and take off, though. My name is Micah Curtis, and for the Hatman, we will see you guys next week. Dave's Fault.